So I'm going to show first the feature walkthrough here. Okay. Now in this case, I do need to be sort of sensitive and not open the threads and things. This is another customer's machine here. But the idea here is simply I have a pretty basic machine set up here. I have this motor. They're claiming it's direct driven here. It's a high-speed blower. So as you can see in this section of the platform, we have all the information the customer provided, such as photos, things like that, right? To try to give that remote analyst additional context. On the right-hand side, you can see we have, like I mentioned, that historic thread over time. So you can see when we updated the health statuses, when the customer has reached out, those kinds of things, right? So the idea is over time, the VA can use those, your vibration analyst, as additional context. Now, there are two types of the phase analysis features that we have. We have the single bearing, so being able to look at the X and Y axis of one bearing. We have had that for a longer period of time. It was easier to integrate. For across the bearing, we have had this for about a month, active and starting to roll this out to our customers, kind of in a slow, controlled manner, make sure everything still is behaving exactly as we predict. In this case, let me just show you from the data what we have. So again, just showing some standard trends here. I'll put on my horizontals here as well. And at this time, we started to see an increase in the data set. So as you can see, certain parts of this data are highlighted with our detectors. This is what our algorithm was actually looking at. And you can see here, we have all the detections that this VA has looked at over time. So these alert the VA to come take a look at the machine. Somewhere around this point, when we saw an even further increase, the customer decided as kind of a first step here to try to fix the potential structural looseness by tightening down the motor bolts. Unfortunately, this did result in an increase in the vibration rate. We're still very high up there. In addition to this, we have acceleration and envelope, right? These are pretty common trends. We have lots of others. These are some of the standard ones we'll see. Like I mentioned, we have gotten this across the multiple bearings very recently. For this machine, we just opened this up on February 4th. So unfortunately, I don't have the data before this sort of big shift here in the data set, but just wanting to kind of show the feature capabilities here. So the first thing I mentioned, coherence, right? Coherence is very key here. And you can see in this range, like I mentioned, anything above about a 0.8 for us, and really in industry is considered a good coherence factor. So you could see for all these readings, I'm sorry, that was for the single plane. Okay, yeah, so this is for across those bearings. So the idea is at the 1x frequency in whatever direction we want to look at, what is that coherence of the reading? You can see this is very high, right? We don't get below 0.99. From this data set, I'll explain all of this, but let me show you here. So for the phase difference, again, from the motor inboard to the motor outboard, you can see we have very little shift here. We're kind of sitting around that 0 degree point. In our horizontal, it's a little confusing here to look at. Again, this is something we're going to probably make the smoothing a little bit easier visually over time. But this on the horizontal, now this has the lowest readings we have of the three axes. But you can see we have an 180 degree phase shift. The reason this is moving up and down, just to keep it very simple, the actual readings, right, for a full circle would be 0 to 360. For this, for the simplicity visually, we wanted positive and negative 180. It's very easy when you're close to these two to kind of get both extremes. It just depends on a few degrees difference on how the readings are coming in. We don't have enough data here in this particular case to kind of troubleshoot further because we just have this sort of new here. We are seeing some movement in that 180 degrees across that motor itself. So just seeing that kind of shift rocking itself back and forth. Whereas again, for our vertical and our axial, these are closer to that 0 degrees, right? Plus or minus about 10 to 20. Which means that these are both working, moving as one unit across the machine. So these are the types of data we'll be seeing. Again, wish I had a more pretty example here, but this is the idea here as far as the multiple channel phase. And then with our single channel phase, we have had this longer. So in this case, we had this even as far back as September. Now, just in this most recent reading as an example, like I mentioned, they did do bolt tight down here. So at the time they had identified the non-drive-in, it had loose bolts. Once they tighten this down, you can see actually our non-drive-in then move to closer to 180 degree phase shift between the X and Y. This is a pattern typical of your kind of seesaw rocking back and forth. So again, just trying to use these data sets as we go over time. Even in this case, if we're not able to, clearly point out because of when we started picking up the data, this will then be a future reference point, right? When we're seeing changes in these data sets, when we tighten down the bolts and see these shifts, these are all going to be kind of useful pieces of data going forward.